Source.
Yeah, fine.
Right. So welcome everyone to another session on Agnihotra. Today we have very special person, Dr. Priyanka from Bangalore. She is a professor in ISBR B School, Bangalore, and she's doing Agnihotra since birth. So
Yeah.
more than 35 years.
Right.
Over to you, Priyanka. We have less time and you have so much to share, है ना?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Welcome everyone.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. This is Priyanka, Dr. Priyanka Khanzore, and I have been associated with Agnihotra for a long time now, since my birth. So now you guys know my age as well. And I have been into teaching sector for past 11 years, and have got some experience regarding how Agnihotra has enriched life of the people, and how it has contributed to make immense changes into their lifestyle. My agenda for the day would be to tell you in brief about what is Agnihotra, what are the requirements of Agnihotra, somewhat scientific evaluation of Agnihotra, and straight away I would like to tell you about my experiences in Agnihotra farming, and how if any of your farmers are they have joined our call, it would be really helpful for them to understand if they want to transform from being conventional farmer or to organic farmer, or from organic farmer to Agnihotra farming. So we'll straight away start. I would take help of the PPT over here, where we could say that an antidote to global warming today is definitely Agnihotra. And looking at the present circumstances, we know how environment has become, environment is something that we have all United Nations talking about, General Union talking about how pollution and the ecological food balance should be maintained in the economy globally, and how if we do not contribute, or if we do not convert ourselves from linear to circular economy, how it is going to be harmful for entire like all globally, this will be highly impacting. So apart from being an antidote to global warming, Agnihotra is a short procedure to attain a balance of body, mind, and soul. This we can tell out of our experiences and experiences of many like me. Okay. Now, many of you would have heard about Bhopal gas tragedy. I would like to open my note with that. So now, Bhopal gas tragedy, which occurred in the year around 1984, which was one of the catastrophic incidents. All over the world. Apart from Chernobyl that we had, Bhopal gas tragedy after Chernobyl is considered to be the most horrible incident in mankind. So Bhopal gas tragedy, the people who have suffered it in Bhopal, the people who had been performing Agnihotra in that time, they have wonderful experiences regarding it. There is a book called Agnihotra Chikitsa and Agnihotra by Madhav Ashram Trust Bhopal, where writers have totally tried to just exemplify how these people have saved themselves from such a horrible event. And there were even incidences where people were told, pregnant women were told to abort their children because they've already they have taken those gases. And but it can be a miracle. You can say that none of the ladies were ever affected by the ill effects of those gas which actually came out of the Union Carbide plant. So when we talk of Agnihotra, it's far more, relevant, is far more important that humankind actually thinks about. And be it your any kind of issues, any kind of problems, Agnihotra has all the strength, will give you all the strength to fight with it. Okay. Now, if we look at quickly at the roadmap for today, see, this is a standard PPT that we have for, and we keep on changing it as and when required. So what we have today is we start with what is Agnihotra, then origin of Agnihotra, requirements of Agnihotra, how to perform Agnihotra, importance of Agnihotra, Agnihotra farming, which is somewhere my area of a PhD, and benefits of Agnihotra and other paradigms. Other paradigms of Agnihotra would include other many things. Okay. Now, if we look at some of the facts and figures which is going on in globally right now, we know that if we have to agree to what WHO says, which I definitely don't know what WHO is actually, how it is properly working or not, because during this COVID, we have quite and experience about how WHO has handled the entire situation. And according to the recent report, when WHO says that 1 in every 10th children would lose their memory if air pollution is not treated, and maybe some the children under 5 years may die from respiratory infection, which is quite a reality right now. So be it adult, be it any kind of demographic we talk about, pollution is going to impact them. Okay, then why not only children? When we talk about the half of the world's billion population are exposed to unsafe air quality, which many of you may be from Delhi. You know how Delhi is suffering. Delhi is somewhere around the charts where everyone talks about the AQI levels over there. So it's kind of a sad situation, and I really wonder why people are not adapting to Agnihotra. It's a very simple procedure, guys. It does not take more than 10 minutes. But again, you should have that zeal and enthusiasm to understand and to take it ahead, right? Then while going ahead with this, I won't take much of your time over here, but still, when I see these data, I get really worried. I get really worried for the upcoming generations. When WHO says that there are as many as 1.3 million per year, 1 million is equal to 10 lakh. Just multiplied 1.3 into 10 lakh. These many people would die rather than of car accidents or any other catastrophe. The next catastrophe is going to be air pollution. That is why if we talk about United Nations Health Services, we know that these people are working rapidly and very much upon ecological balance and ecological footprint. To add into that, ecological footprints, USA has the highest amount of footprints over there. The reason being, USA is taking all the resources, all the natural resources they are exhausting, but they are not contributing it back to the society. So this is where we also have to, as learned people, we have to all come together and understand that, as I told you, from converting ourselves from linear to circular economy is very important. So what you take from environment, you have to give it back. Okay, and Agnihotra is one of the ways of doing it. The largest air pollution, we say that is in Europe because of the transportation and of the carbon dioxide which is coming out of all the vehicles. And this carbon emission, there is for companies, the companies which are actually into less of carbon emissions, they are also getting some of the benefits by government. So that also is government's some tactics to make sure that that pollution is under control. Then India is the one of the countries with air worst quality in the world. Now this is a very alarming statement. Then apart from that, every year the temperature of Earth is rising with about 1.5 to 2 Fahrenheit. So another 10-15 years, we are already facing problem of water. There would be a problem where we would be into water as well as pollution, and it will be a food quality has also gone down. So it will be a loss, very, very sad situation for the world. Then while we go forward, let's try to understand what exactly Agnihotra is. So I have told you in brief about how pollution is going to impact locally and globally, domestically and globally. It won't be restricted, and it would cross boundaries of the nations as well. So it is not restricted to geography, but it is restricted to demography, right? So Agnihotra can be an ultimate solution for this. Now, Agnihotra has been propounded by Madhav Swami Poddar in the year 1963, and we have if you can just see proprietor of Agnihotra, I have included a pic of him, Shri Madhav Swami Poddar, and he was the one who had restarted rejuvenation of Vedas and Shrutis after the able hands of his Sadguru Sri Gajanan Maharaj, and respected Nalinji Madhavji Poddar. Now she has taken over the reins after his death, and globally she is the one who is taking care of our NGO where we all are associated with in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, and globally and in India, all over the world, the prachar, prasar and the propagation she is taking care, and under her able guidance, we are able to make sure that Agnihotra reaches each and every houses, each and every boundaries of the nation. Now, Agnihotra, when we go back here, now we know that Agnihotra again is a process of purifying the environment. It's all written here carefully. See, I won't go more into theory, but I would like to show you how practically all these things work. See, now if you all can see this, are you all able to see? Can you all see?
Yes,
yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, now it's fine, right? Now, these are some of the ingredients which are followed while Agnihotra is performed. So Agnihotra is nothing but a yagya, a Vedic yagya, a homo.
Priyanka,
Yeah, 1 second. Can you please stop sharing?
Yeah.
So sorry. Now you can join.
Enjoy. Okay.
Start. You can start.
Okay, so I can share my screen now. Yeah. So Agnihotra is a process of purifying the atmosphere and the environment with the help of these 5 ingredients. So these 5 ingredients will help to heal the atmosphere, to make sure that pathogens and insects and bacteria which is in and around us gets killed quickly. It's a matter of 5 minutes that we perform Agnihotra, but the results are amazing, truly amazing. So one time of Agnihotra, when it is performed, it is scientifically proven and given in a book which is written by Mr. Jayant Poddar, that 8,000 cubic feet of land gets purified when one time of Agnihotra is performed. These all experiments have been done in Ferguson College, Pune, and the results and the theories and the documentation is everywhere. It's all available with our NGO. Plus, it's also available in the books as well. Okay, so now while we start about it. Okay, so Agnihotra, we know that it's a process of purifying the atmosphere with the help of a yagya. So now we would be trying to understand how this yagya actually works. So Agnihotra, again, to just add to more it's more of a basic science of bioenergy through Vedas. It is tuned into biological and rhythm that is called circadian rhythm, the smallest of rhythm which our environment, which our atmosphere actually professes, or which they see is a circadian rhythm. So now circadian rhythm is a rhythm where there are a lot of changes that happens in the atmosphere because of because of in universe also. So whenever at sunset and sunrise, that is the rhythm actually. So whenever at sunset and sunrise Agnihotra is performed, there are a lot of electromagnetic waves or electromagnetic, let's say, power which comes through the universe, and this patra, which is of a specific shape and size, I'll just tell you about it. See, which is of specific shape and size, pyramid shaped patra or earthen pot. This can be of mitti also, earthen also. It should be of 14.5 centimeters at the top, 5.25 centimeters here at the length.
Visible नहीं है जो आ रहे हैं ना. Patra is not visible. Only your face is visible, ma'am.
I'm not sure why is it this.
In your center. हाँ जी. थोड़ा सा नीचे और बस थोड़ा सा down.
This one?
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
So 14.5 centimeters at the top, 15.5 centimeters at length, and bottom it is actually 6.5 centimeters. Okay, so now this particular patra will help you to regain and to attract energies when one time of Agnihotra is performed. So that is why specific sunset and sunrise timings are highly required. Okay, but as I have written over here, performed at circadian rhythm of sunset and sunrise because of electrostatic effect. It's all given in astrophysics. It's not something that I'm making on my own, and all the documentations and proof is already there in the books which are which I've already told about. Now, when we go back to other requirements, let's take it one by one. Now, it's a holistic system, we know, which will help you to have a subtle and a positive way towards your life. Then it's an effective, very effective tool to fight pollution. And then the propounder I have already shared with. Now, these are the ingredients. See, so this pyramid shape patra, as I have shown you over here. Then what we need is cow's ghee. Cow dung cakes is required. No other cake, for example, buffalo cow dung cakes are not there. Only cow, which can be gir cow also. वो gir cow भी हो सकती है, वो Indian cow भी Indian cows में. And we avoid actually Jersey cows. Okay, so जो Indian cows होती है, उनका जो कंडा है, हम बस वही consider करते हैं, भैंस का नहीं करते. It is only because we are doing we are trying to make sure the environment is pollution free. So we do not use any other dung cakes. Okay. Then this ghee also should be of cow, pure ghee, and it's available very easily. Okay. If it's difficult for you, you can always come to me. I would connect you with my NGO, and from that ashram you can get all the required elements. And then kapoor. Now this kapoor, it should be like whatever is available in market is fine, but the pure kapoor which we get straight with from the jungles is far more effective, as I have seen and as I have known. So these are certain requirements, and what we have is chawal. Chawal is this. So it should not be broken. ये सेगा चावल होना चाहिए, ये टूटा हुआ नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर ये टूटा हुआ है तो इसके जो इंग्रेडिएंट्स है इसमें कई तरीके के एलिमेंट्स पाए जाते हैं जो घी के साथ मिक्स होके चार तरह के गैसेस विल बी लाइक कमिंग आउट व्हेन अग्निहोत्र इज परफॉर्म. सो ऑल दिस इंग्रेडिएंट्स शुड बी टेकन इनटू कंसीडरेशन इफ अगर आपको अग्निहोत्र करना है, इट हैज टू बी प्रॉपर. सो ऑल दिस इंग्रेडिएंट्स शुड बी टेकन इनटू कंसीडरेशन. नाउ सी दिस. ये आप देख सकते हैं, राइस, पिरामिड शेप पात्र, घी, and spoon if required you can take, otherwise your fingers are good enough for you to mix the rice and dung, that is cow dung cakes, right? बहुत सारे लोग जो है वो आयुर्वेदा को जानते होंगे. आयुर्वेदा में हमेशा बताया गया है कि सुबह जब सनराइज के पहले उठना चाहिए और रात को जल्दी सो जाना चाहिए. अगर हम सनराइज के पहले उठते हैं तो ऑलरेडी हमारा रूटीन उस दिन का तय हो जाता है, एंड जो भी हमको एनवायरनमेंट से जो भी पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट मिलना चाहिए, जो भी हमको एनर्जीज मिलना चाहिए, वो हमको सारी एनर्जीज मिल जाती हैं. तो अग्निहोत्र इज अ बेस्ट वे सो दैट यू कैन अलाइन योर गेटिंग अप इन द मॉर्निंग एंड परफॉर्मिंग योर डेली कोर्स. Then, so we have pyramid shaped patra, which is first requirement. Second is dried cow dung cakes. Third is ghee, which is only cow's ghee. Then rice, which should not be broken whole. Then timings of sunset and sunrise, which are very important. Now, I have already told you about the circadian rhythm. Now, this is one kind of a timetable that we follow. Okay, it's of leap year and non-leap year. So leap year, non-leap year के हिसाब से ये timetable जो है it's been defined according to longitude and latitude of that region, and this particular timetable is available on apps also. माधव आश्रम app है अग्निहोत्र का, उसमें भी आपको ये timetable जो है available होता है. Okay. And very important over here are again Agnihotra mantras, which are straight away like it is given in our Vedas. And we know about how mantra therapy and how sound therapy कितना help करता है for many of the people to regain their consciousness. और अगर किसी को depression है, anxiety attacks है, उनके लिए मंत्र या किसी भी तरह का sound या vibration helps them to soothe their mind. So at sunrise the mantra is Suryaya Swaha, Suryaya Idam Namama, Prajapataye Swaha, Prajapataye Idam Namama. So when I say Idam Namama, I say that God, सब आपका है, nothing belongs to me, everything is given by you. So when we do not have that feeling of expectation and we have that feeling of humbleness, it helps us to attain that balance of mind, positivity towards life, that even if it's good thing or even if it's bad thing, it's all dedicated to you, my God, all at your lotus feet. And while we are performing this particular mantra has been enchanted, we are somewhere or other also trying to dedicate or try to pray to Surya Bhagwan also. So in this way, Suryaya Namaha, as we say. So we are directly doing it when Agnihotra is performed. So many of us have that habit of looking at the sun and giving them some dedicating something. Agnihotra is also a way to dedicating ourselves to the service of God. Then at sunset we have Agni Swaha, Agni Idam Namama, Prajapate Swaha, Prajapatiye Idam Namama. तो हम इवनिंग में अग्निदेव को नमन कर रहे हैं और बोल रहे हैं कि ईश्वर जो भी मेरा है सब आपका है. तो इसी तरीके से हमने अपने सारे प्रॉब्लम्स disposable पे है. So this way what we are doing is three-way things we are doing. We are first purifying the atmosphere with this particular activity. Second, हम अपने मन को we are negativity, negative thoughts, negative emotions and all worries and anxieties we are dedicating to our God, and we are trying to cleanse our mind and cleanse our heart and meditating with the Almighty. And third thing is we are trying to attach our souls with the Almighty. So balance of body, mind and soul, that is what I told you, it will be achieved when one time of Agnihotra is performed. So it's a purely scientific procedure, guys. Okay. Now this is how to perform Agnihotra. Now, if required, I can tell you that, but what we can do is here, we can arrange, this is how arrangement of kandas are done. So this kanda is there, it is broken into various pieces, and it should be done in such a way that while we enlighten it, while we kindle the fire, जब हम इसको अग्नि जलाते हैं with the help of कपूर, गूगल और गाय के घी से भी आप जो है इसको जला सकते हैं. उसको जलाते हैं, कभी भी केरोसिन, लाइटर या कुछ भी ऐसी चीज यूज नहीं करना है जिससे हम एनवायरनमेंट को और दूषित कर दे, बिकॉज वी आर ट्राइंग टू प्योरीफाई द एटमॉस्फेयर, वी आर नॉट ट्राइंग टू नो पॉल्यूशन से हमको फ्री रखना है. So this is how arrangement is made. Now the logic of arrangement is proper air should be there, proper ventilation should be there for these kandas to मतलब इस ये कंडा जो है अच्छे से जलना चाहिए. whatever we have put, whatever preparation we have done, it should be properly ventilated. Now when fire is if for example today's evening Agnihotra was 6:26 in Bangalore. I am in Bangalore, so I would tell about it. बैंगलोर में जब 6:26 पे अग्निहोत्र है इवनिंग का, तो मैंने उसके 10 मिनट पहले अपना पात्र जमा लिया इस तरीके से, कुछ इस तरीके से मैंने पात्र जमा लिया. फिर मैंने एक डिपेंडिंग ऑन उस का मॉइस्चर कैसा है, वहां का मौसम कैसा है, अगर बहुत ज्यादा नमी है मौसम में, कुछ बरसात का मौसम है, तो हमें एक 10 मिनट 8 मिनट पहले हमें कंडे को जला देना है. और कंडे को जला के वी हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट 2 मिनट्स बिफोर, 2 मिनट पहले हम उन कंडों को, उस पात्र को जो अच्छी तरीके से जल गए हैं उसको एक पर्टिकुलर स्पॉट पे लाके रख दें जहां पे हमको रोज परफॉर्म करना है अग्निहोत्र. और इस तरीके से पूरा पात्र जो है जला होना चाहिए. विद प्रॉपर किंडलिंग ऑफ फायर शुड हैपन. एंड आफ्टरवर्ड्स व्हेन देयर आर 2 minutes or 3 minutes left for evening Agnihotra or sunset, we have to make a, we have to properly mix this rice and ghee, make 2 parts of it, because हमारे पास 2 मंत्र हैं, right? और हमको exactly उस मंत्रा पे उस टाइम जब 6:26 हो जाएगा, हमको सनराइज के टाइम ये वाले मंत्र बोलना है, सनसेट के टाइम ये वाले मंत्र बोलना है. तो इमेजिन करिए मैं सनसेट के लिए बोल रही हूँ, तो 6:26 जैसे भी होगा, योर वॉच शुड बी प्रॉपरली अरेंज्ड एंड प्रॉपरली मैच्ड विद द इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम. एंड देन अग्ने स्वाहा अग्ने इदम नमः. जब मैंने स्वाहा बोला तो आपको जो है वो फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ आहुति, यू हैव टू पुट इट इनटू द फायर. यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट इट्स गोइंग पर्टिकुलरली इनटू द फायर. Right? Then Agnaye Swaha Agnaye Idam Namama. And the second part says Prajapataye Swaha. So again, जैसे मैंने स्वाहा बोला, आपको जो है पात्र में आहुति डाल देना है. Prajapataye Idam Namama. So once you have just uttered these mantras, your work is done. You have to sit straight with your spinal cord being straight, and you have to look straight into the fire. Make sure fire doesn't dwindles up or वो बुझ ना जाए. And you have to keep taking long, आपको तेज सांस लेना है. अब इसका लॉजिक ये है कि जब हम 5 जब हमारा ये जल जाता है, जब मंत्र मतलब जब हम इसको परफॉर्म करते हैं, और जब ये मतलब जब प्रॉपरली ये जम जाता है और जब फायर अच्छे से आने लगती है, तो कुछ 4 गैसेस हैं जो which are already scientifically proven by the scientists, which comes out of the fire that we have actually kindled. जो हमने मंत्र बोले और जिस तरीके से हमने पूरा परफॉर्म किया, ये पूरी एक्टिविटी करी with the ingredients and with the mantras and at the proper time, these are 4 kinds of gases which comes out, which is formaldehyde, beta propionolactone, and there are 2 more gases over here. I was just would like you all to see that. One second. Okay, so formaldehyde, beta propionolactone, and there are 2 more gases which comes out when one time of Agnihotra is performed, and they are highly these gases are very good for the atmosphere, very good for our internal system. हमारा जो immunity system है उसके लिए भी बहुत अच्छा है. एक बार का अग्निहोत्र जब when we do, so it acts as a disinfectant to us, because if you see in the PPT, cow dung contains menthol, ammonia, phenol, and formalin, which helps us to eradicate environment pollution. Okay, and जब हम one time of Agnihotra is performed, I've already told you 8,000 cubic feet of land gets purified, and moreover how it actually helps us is we can properly meditate after one time of Agnihotra is performed. Okay, and when Agnihotra one time is performed and meditation happens, you can totally correlate and you can totally connect to the Almighty, and what all rhythmic changes that happens in the atmosphere, all positive effects will be borne by you also. It will be affecting you as well. So it's a win-win situation, because sunset and sunrise are called as transitional movements and transitional phases. So in this transitional phases, your body goes through a lot more changes. So when you are aligning yourself to something very positive, and which is actually giving you whatever gases that comes out and you are inhaling it properly, it is going to cleansify your internal system, your outside system, and our immunity system will become strong. That is why performing Agnihotra is very important. Advantages बहुत है और disadvantages कुछ भी नहीं है. It just takes 10 minutes from your precious time to sit in front of it and perform one time of Agnihotra. Okay, and till now, if anyone has any doubt, you can please ask me.
Yes, दीदी, just one question. इसमें जो मैंने भी मैंने भी इसको किया परफॉर्म, तो इसमें जो वो बनाते हैं ना ताकि वो अच्छे से बर्न हो जाए, वो मुझे लगता है मुझे डिफिकल्टी आती है थोड़ा सा काउ डंग को ब्रोक करके उसको सही से मतलब अरेंज करना बेसिकली.
Okay, so if you want, I can tell you now. Is it fine? Yeah. Okay. So see, आपको क्या करना है? At the bottom, see, that is there. ये bottom है. I hope you all can see me. Okay. Now imagine this is the bottom. अब आप bottom में ही सबसे पहले इसको कंडे को इस तरीके से तोड़ के नीचे रखिए. That it properly settles in there. अब since ये rectangle है, तो आप जितना उसको
कैमरे को नीचे कर सकते हैं आप प्लीज दीदी. ऐसा हो सकता है कि कैमरे को, सॉरी टू डिस्टर्ब यू, कैमरे को थोड़ा सा उसमें, हाँ, अब नाउ इट
should be visible. Is it fine now? Is it fine?
Yes, अब ठीक है.
मैं थोड़ा ऊंचा रखूंगा.
Right.
Is this है ना? ठीक है. अब इसको क्या करो?
हाँ, नहीं ऊंचा नहीं. हाँ ठीक है दीदी, आप देखो. हाँ अब ठीक है.
ठीक है. अब देखो, इस कंडे को मैंने तोड़ा, इसको साइड में जमा दीजिए. इसको तोड़ के साइड में जमा दीजिए. थोड़ा गिरेगा अभी बिकॉज आई हैव टिल्टेड अप इट. देन इसको ऐसे जमाइए, इसको ऐसे जमाइए. देन टेक दिस कंडा, इसको ऐसे जमाइए. देन इसको ऐसे जमाइए, इसको ऐसे जमा दीजिए. देन यू हैव टू मेक लाइक प्रॉपर. पहले 4 शेप में जमाइए आप इसको. ठीक है, देखिए पहले 4 शेप में जमाइए. देन व्हाट यू कैन डू इज, सॉरी, नाउ व्हाट यू कैन डू इज इसको क्रॉस में जमाइए. सी, आप अगर इसको क्रॉस में जमाएंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली वेंटिलेशन विल हैपन. होल्ड ऑन.
बाकी लोग प्लीज म्यूट कर लें अपने आप को ना, वो फिर डिस्टर्ब हो रहा है.
देखिए, इज दिस फाइन? आर यू एबल टू सी दिस? ओके, नाउ अगर आप देखोगे तो मैं आपको दिखा देती हूँ. देखो, अगर आप इसको देखोगे तो सी कितना प्रॉपर डिस्टेंस है सब कंडों के बीच में, राइट? तो व्हाट विल हैपन इज, अगर आप उसको प्रॉपरली विद स्पेस से जमाएंगे और आपको अगर ऐसे लग रहा है कि कंडे ठीक से किंडल नहीं हो रहे, तो पुट लॉट ऑफ कपूर. आप कपूर ज्यादा डालिए. ओके, इतना कपूर लेके डाल दीजिए. और गूगल भी मिलता है अभी नॉर्थ में, तो इट्स सो इजीली अवेलेबल. वी लिव इन साउथ, तो बहुत सारी चीजें वी आर हाईली डिपेंडेंट. सो कपूर आप ज्यादा ले लीजिए और इसको अच्छे से जस्ट मेक इट लाइक दिस. अच्छे से भुरक दो इसको आप, है ना. इसको पहले अच्छे से मेक श्योर दैट एवरी नूक एंड कॉर्नर ऑफ दिस इज गोइंग. एंड इसको एक बड़ा सा डल्ला, बड़ा सा पार्ट जो है ऊपर रखिए और बहुत सारा अंदर डाल दीजिए. डेफिनेटली इट विल बर्न. Definitely it will burn properly, and try to burn it before 5 minutes. अगर आपको लगता है कि आपके कंडों में मॉइस्चर है तो माइक्रोवेव इट once for 1 or 2 minutes. और या तो कढ़ाई पे लेके या तवे पे लेके भी आप उसको you can make sure that moisture leaves the cow dung cakes. Okay, so this is how it is done. Yes, anyone और किसी को अगर कुछ डाउट है तो प्लीज बताइए.
और दीदी जो काउ डंग है वो उसपे जो हमारा वो है पात्र है उसपे मतलब उसमें बिल्कुल सटा हुआ नहीं होना चाहिए, मतलब थोड़ा सा गैप होना चाहिए, नहीं
थोड़ा
राइट?
गैप होना चाहिए, थोड़ा सा गैप होना चाहिए.
चारों तरफ में थोड़ा सा गैप हो, हल्का सही हो,
Yes,
तभी वो बर्न होगा ना.
yes, yes. It will
और
burn properly.
और बीच में गैप देना है ताकि वो आग मतलब जो फायर है वो अच्छे से फैल जाए, मतलब वो राइट.
आप उसको पहले लगा दीजिए, उसमें थोड़ी अग्नि प्रज्वलित कर दीजिए, उसके बाद यू पुट अ कंडा ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट. ठीक है, तो इट विल बी प्रॉपर. वो अंदर जो है उसको वेंटिलेशन मिलना चाहिए, एयर मिलना चाहिए फॉर एयर टू ब्रीथ. ओके, सो लाइक फॉर अग्नि को फैलने के लिए दे शुड हैव प्रॉपर प्लेस, प्रॉपर स्पेस. Okay, so now going forward, guys, we have known about Agnihotra. Now, what is importance of Agnihotra, advantages of Agnihotra are many. Utterance of mantras, everything we have understood. Now, my requirement for today, as it was told, to understand about the food management in our country and how the food that we are intaking, how is it going to impact us in our coming future, and how the chemical laden food जो हम अभी खा रहे हैं, जिस तरीके से हम जितना पेस्टिसाइड्स, वीडिसाइड्स और केमिकल का फूड हम खा रहे हैं, how it is impacting our brain. So guys, every one of us knows about this particular incident which I have quoted in my PhD also, where there's a train which runs from Punjab to Rajasthan, which is called cancer train. The cancer train, it is called cancer train because उसमें सारे कैंसर के ही पेशेंट्स हैं. What is the reason कि जो पंजाब है, पंजाब में जितने भी एरियाज है पंजाब और हरियाणा का, उसमें इतना हेवी पेस्टिसाइड यूज होता है कि लोग दे आर फॉलिंग सिक लाइक एनीथिंग, देयर इम्यूनिटी सिस्टम हैज गॉन टू जीरो, एंड ये सब चीजें तो बहुत छोटी हो गई. दे हैव एक्चुअली कन्वर्टेड देमसेल्व्स फ्रॉम बीइंग अ नॉर्मल पर्सन टू बीइंग अ पेशेंट ऑफ कैंसर. And this is a very horrible situation, guys, because आज से 10 साल बाद, आज से 15 साल बाद जब quality of soil is going to deteriorate even more, then we are going to be at a risk of eating just the poison, just the chemicals. हम जो खा रहे हैं food, actually it's not food, we're eating poison actually right now. And हमारा lifestyle ही कुछ ऐसा हो गया है कि हम अपनी daily uses में हर जगह हम chemical laden चीजें ही use कर रहे हैं. हम एक simple सी चीज भी use करते हैं, या तो उसमें प्लास्टिक होता है, या तो उसमें प्लास्टिक का कुछ कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट होता है, या तो फिर उसमें कुछ ऐसी चीज होती है जिससे which is going to impact our brain, which is going to impact our lives, which is going to impact our immunity system. Now you see, while sometimes हम कुछ खाना खाते हैं और हमारा मुंह एकदम कड़वा हो जाता है. आपने बहुत बार ये नोटिस किया होगा. Now, what is the reason behind it? The reason behind it is because it's totally laden with chemicals. Okay, you go outside, you eat something, you come back and you do not feel well. Why? Because whatever we are eating is unpure. Okay, and definitely 1965 के बाद we had this green revolution coming in our country, making sure that agricultural production in our country increases. Agricultural production अभी कुछ 17.8% contribute करता है in total GDP of our country. लेकिन with the exports more of production, more and exports of agricultural products, have we ever thought how are we going to impact? हमारा system is going to be like this कि cancer जो एक बहुत बड़ी बात मानी जाती है, it will be in every person's home. Every person would be having either cancer or brain tumor. This is what scientists and experts say. So why do we need that? Why do we have to do that? Why we have to do that? Because we are not left with any other option rather to eat chemical laden products. Lekin there are many people like us all over the country with whom I had a brilliant experience, and I had this opportunity to interact with many of the farmers, as 500 farmers all over the country. See, I am a finance teacher. I teach finance and accounts for MBA students from past many years now. But mera, since we were already a part of Madhav Ashram from a long time, and we had been following Agnihotra, so Agnihotra farming was not a very new concept to me. I know in Madhya Pradesh, there in and around, there are many farmers who have started with Agnihotra farming, and for their own consumption, they are only adopting Agnihotra farming. Lekin when it comes to marketing or production in a mass quantity, they go for chemical farming. Chemical farming is as harmful as what you can say, as eating एक पॉइजन अगर हम ले लें, अगर मार्केट में कुछ मिलता है, शायद जो हम एक कीड़ा मार दवा होती है या जो रैट पॉइजन होता है, उससे भी ज्यादा खतरनाक ये पॉइजन है जो सॉइल के अंदर रीप होता जा रहा है। सॉइल के अंदर रीप होने की वजह से सॉइल की क्वालिटी, जो सॉइल को कैल्शियम, मैग्नीशियम, आयरन और फास्फोरस चाहिए होता है कि उसकी उर्वरकता जो होती है, उसकी जो प्रोडक्शन होता है, उसकी जो प्रोडक्टिविटी होती है, इट शुड बी इंटैक्ट, वो कभी नहीं हो पाता। बिकॉज हम 1965 में ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन स्टार्ट किए, आज जाके 2020-22 हो गया, हम लगभग लाइक 75 years ऑफ इंडिया के इंडिपेंडेंस में है। Organic farming, Indian government will tell you hundreds of time to do it, but what provisions actually Indian government is taking just to make sure organic farming is promoted in our country is something, an issue to be talked about. It's a debatable issue actually. हम जब chemical laden चीजें खाते हैं तो हम अपने आप को nutrients 0.3% दे रहे हैं, rest all we are just giving ourselves poison. Not now, eventually, dheere dheere, gradually, we are all going to fall prey to this, and our lives are going to be at stake. Now, what is the solution for this? I have told you the problem. Problem we all know, everyone in the country, all over the world has been talking about this. And
Priyanka, 1 second. Such an interesting topic is going on. This will be like recorded and be on YouTube. I'm seeing some red lines on the screen. I think if you can remove it so that the recording is proper. I'm so sorry. I didn't wanted to interrupt you.
I'm just trying to see how it can be removed.
So you can do one thing. You can just stop sharing and share it again.
Yeah,
I think
that would
right. So much to learn from you, yaar.
No, not like that.
Also, है ना? आज मुझे लग रहा है थोड़ा टाइम हमारा कम रहेगा, बट लर्न। हाँ,
Yeah.
Now it's good. Good.
Now it's good. It's good to go.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, हम बात कर रहे हैं अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग की। आप सबको पता होगा इजराइल एक ऐसा देश है जो अपना सीवेज वाटर और अपना जो उनका जो भी सिस्टम होता है STP जिसको हम बोलते हैं, वो अपना सीवेज वाटर रीड करके उसको पानी पीने के पानी के लिए लेता है। जापान एक ऐसी कंट्री है जिसने एक इंसेक्ट बनाया है जो प्लास्टिक को खा जाता है। Okay, Starbucks जो कंपनी है, they are totally into biodegradable products right now, and these companies are trying to make such products and such things जिससे जिसमें एक्चुअली आपने जिस कप में कॉफी पिया वो कप अगर आप डाल दोगे नीचे कहीं तो अपने आप बायोडिग्रेड हो जाएगा। ठीक है, तो ऐसे बहुत सारी चीजें जो है कार्बन एमिशंस को लेकर और पोल्यूशन को लेकर जिस तरीके से रिड्यूस करना चाहिए, कंपनीज आर डूइंग देयर बिट। दे आर रियली इनटू सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट एंड सस्टेनेबल फाइनेंस, एंड since a finance faculty I have to deal with sustainable finance as well. I always tell my students ki guys, you would have everything in your life, but there would be some period of time when you would not have a good health, right? Good health हम कैसे अचीव कर सकते हैं? apart from doing yoga, getting up in the morning, doing अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग ऐसी चीज है जो एक कंसेप्ट है जो हम घर घर अपना सकते हैं। हम अपने ही घर में अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग करके हम इतने वेजिटेबल्स और क्रॉप्स यील्ड कर सकते हैं कि हमको बाहर जाके उस पर डिपेंडेंट ना होना पड़े। और अगर आपके पास गौशाला है, अगर आपके पास बहुत सारी गायें हैं जो हमारी जिस तरीके से हमारी देसी काउस है, तो योर वर्क बिकम्स रियली इजी, आपका काम एकदम इजी हो जाता है। अब आपको अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग में करना क्या है? सिर्फ बोलते हैं ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग करना चाहिए, अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग करना चाहिए। प्रॉपर ट्रेनिंग डेवलपमेंट टू दीज पीपल इज रिक्वायर्ड कि आपको ट्रेनिंग मिले, आपको डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम्स मिले। अब देखिए, अगर आप मेरा पीपीटी देखेंगे ओवर हियर, टू एंश्योर दैट हेल्दी प्लांट्स आर देयर अगेंस्ट द करेक्शन, अगेंस्ट द डिसीजेस एंड इंसेक्ट्स एंड पेस्ट्स, अ सॉल्यूशन कंटेनिंग ऑफ अग्निहोत्र ash, that is one part, अग्निहोत्र ash. The second part is cow's urine, okay, गौमूत्र जिसको बोलते हैं। तीसरा काउ डंग, चूरा, काउ डंग का जो चूरा होता है वो, और चौथा पानी। इसको 1:2:2:4 मतलब 1/3 by 2/3 by 3/3 by 4/3, like this you have to prepare and you have to keep it in 3 days. कितने पानी में? 1000 लीटर पानी में। 1000 लीटर पानी में आपको इतनी व्यवस्था होना चाहिए आपके फार्म पे। इमेजिन आप घर पे कर रहे हो और आपके पास फार्म नहीं है, तो आप क्या करोगे? पहले आपके पास एक सॉइल होगा, आप उस सॉइल को ट्रीट करोगे, मे बी keeping in see, I'm not a farmer but I can just tell you the ways. Keeping it in sunlight, sometimes you can always take help of a farmer over here. Then उसके अंदर आप पेस्टिसाइड्स और वीडिसाइड्स और इंसेक्टिसाइड डालने की जगह आप ये जो घोल है वो बना के डालिए, ये आपके घर में मिलेगा। आपके घर में क्यों नहीं मिलेगा? वो अग्निहोत्र ऐश, वो कब मिलेगी? जब आप अग्निहोत्र परफॉर्म करोगे। तो मेरा जो एक्सपीरियंसेस रहा है गाइस, आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर विथ यू ऑल। मैंने जो हम लोग जो गए गांव और हम लोगों ने फार्मर से मुलाकात किया, तो हमने देखा कि एक पूरा व्हाट यू कैन से एक ऐसा पूरा कंटेनर भर के अग्निहोत्र ऐश उन लोगों ने जमा करके रखी हुई थी। ओके, और जिस तरीके से हम जिस तरह से हम व्हीट और राइस को स्टोर करने के लिए बड़ी बड़ी वो नहीं होती, बड़े बड़े टंकियां सॉर्ट्स, ऐसी बड़ी बड़ी टंकियों पे विच वुड बी अराउंड मे बी 10 फीट और सो, तो उतने ही उस पे 10 by 10 पे उन्होंने 10 by 5 इट शुड बी एक्चुअली, उसमें उन्होंने ऐश स्टोर करके रखी हुई थी फॉर फर्दर यूज। बिकॉज उनके जो फार्म्स है वो 2 एकड़ से लेकर 5 एकड़ से लेकर 200 एकड़ तक भी मैं फार्मर्स के पास गई हूँ जिनके फार्म्स थे। ओके, तो आप अग्निहोत्र ऐश, जब आप अग्निहोत्र करोगे तो आपके घर में ऐश इकट्ठा होती जाएगी सुबह की और शाम की। फिर काउज यूरिन तो आपको बहुत इजीली मार्केट में अवेलेबल है। काउ डंग आपके घर में है, जिसका आपको इस तरीके से चूरा, इसका चूरा ही तो करना है, ठीक है, और आपके पास पानी अवेलेबल है। इसको लेके आप अगर अपने किचन गार्डन में कर रहे हैं तो भी इजी है, लेकिन अगर आप फार्म में यूज कर रहे हैं तो भी इजी है। अब लोग इसमें बाजरा, सोयाबीन, रागी, चावल, व्हीट, all sorts of vegetables and plants, vegetables and fruits, medicinal herbs, मतलब ranging from tall and teak wood trees, इन सब पे भी लोग अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग कर रहे हैं and they have wonderful results for that. Maybe it's a matter of a time, 0 to 3 years there will be time in which transition of your soil will take place. See, अभी आपको soil को क्या आदत हो गई है गंदगी की, आपकी soil को आपको rejuvenate करना है, you have to put it into life again. It will take some time for soil to react to those changes and those transmissions, and after some period of time आप देखोगे कि the input that you have given, that is the लागत, जो आपकी लागत है, जो आपने कॉस्ट डाली है, वो बहुत कम हो जाएगी और आपके रिटर्न्स बहुत हाई हो जाएंगे। इसमें मैं आई वुड लाइक टू कोट एग्जांपल ऑफ डॉक्टर उल्रिक बर्च, जिन्होंने मुझे, मेरे जो जर्मनी के एक साइंटिस्ट है जिन्होंने मुझे बहुत हेल्प किया टुवर्ड्स माय पीएचडी कंप्लीशन। तो ही हैड गिवन लॉट ऑफ हिज इनसाइट्स ऑन बीटी कॉटन, बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल बीटी कॉटन, जो एक व्हाट यू से हाइब्रिड, एक उन्होंने जो हाइब्रिड एक जो प्रोडक्ट उन्होंने बनवाया, मतलब
Priyanka, genetically modified hair.
Genetically modified, GMOs, right? तो again guys, I'm a finance person, मुझे फाइनेंस अकाउंट्स की लैंग्वेज ज्यादा समझ में आती है। तो उन्होंने मुझे बहुत हेल्प किया, बिकॉज उन्होंने अपने ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग सेशंस किया विद द हेल्प ऑफ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र एंड गवर्नमेंट ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश ऑल्सो, कि किस तरीके से हम एक्सपेरिमेंट करेंगे, और उसके बहुत ब्यूटीफुल रिजल्ट्स है जिसके रिसर्च पेपर्स उन्होंने दिए हैं मुझे, और मैंने वो अपने थीसिस में उसको यूज किया हुआ है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, डॉक्टर रामाश्रय मिश्रा फ्रॉम कानपुर, हु इज एसोसिएटेड विद माधव आश्रम भोपाल जस्ट लाइक अस, उन्होंने भी अपने बहुत सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट्स किए हैं। उन्होंने एक लैंड जिसमें ऐश, अग्निहोत्र ऐश को ट्रीट किया गया था, और एक लैंड जिसमें अग्निहोत्र ऐश ट्रीट नहीं किया गया था, उसके उन्होंने हमको 2 रिजल्ट्स बताए। मतलब एक तरीके से उन्होंने एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, और इस तरीके से उन्होंने जब रिजल्ट्स बताए तो उन्होंने ये देखा कि व्हेनेवर जब हमने अग्निहोत्र ऐश एक लैंड में डाला तो उसका कैल्शियम, मैग्नीशियम, आयरन, फास्फोरस और सारे कंपोनेंट ज्यादा थे एज कंपेयर टू अ लैंड जिसमें अग्निहोत्र ऐश को ट्रीट नहीं किया गया था। ठीक, लाइक दैट आल्सो देयर आर मेनी एक्सपेरिमेंट्स ऑफ पीपल। वी आल्सो हैव दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट ऑफ पीपल जिन्होंने 0 से लेकर मिलियनियर बन गए जस्ट बिकॉज अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग वाज देयर। देयर इज वन एग्जांपल ऑफ मुतालिक देसाई, अभय मुतालिक देसाई इन महाराष्ट्र, बेलगम, सॉरी कर्नाटका, बेलगम, जिनसे मैं मिली हूँ, जिनसे मैंने बात किया है, जिन्होंने बताया कि किस तरीके से ही वाज जस्ट अर्निंग सम ऑफ द अमाउंट्स एंड नाउ ही इज अ मिलियनेयर। मतलब उनका डेली एक महीने का उनका 10 लाख रुपए का ही इज गेटिंग प्रॉफिट आउट ऑफ ओनली अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग बिकॉज वनीला बीन्स, वो उसमें उनका ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन है। इस तरीके से अप्रोक्सीमेटली 500 फार्मर्स अक्रॉस द कंट्री आई हैव मेट, आई हैव स्पोकन टू। इवन यू कैन टेक एग्जांपल्स ऑफ छत्तीसगढ़, जहाँ पे पैडी कल्टीवेशन और राइस कल्टीवेशन इज द हाईएस्ट, जहाँ पे फार्मर्स हैव दैट एक्सपीरियंस की देयर हैव एन नंबर ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स। जैसे मैं कुर्ग डिस्ट्रिक्ट में गई, कुर्ग डिस्ट्रिक्ट इज इन कर्नाटका, कोदागु उसमें आता है रीजन में, और वहां पे जो है अंडर वाटर लेवल बहुत कम होता जा रहा है फॉर पैडी कल्टीवेशन, पैडी मतलब राइस। तो उसके लिए गवर्नमेंट इज ट्राइंग एवरी बिट सो दैट उनका जो पैडी कल्टीवेशन है वो बना रहे, अंडर वाटर लेवल जो टेबल वाटर जिसको हम बोलते हैं वो बना रहे। उसके लिए देयर आर एन नंबर ऑफ एक्सपेरिमेंट्स व्हिच आर बीइंग डन एंड आई हैव आल्सो गिवन माय रिपोर्ट ऑन दैट टू देम। उनका जो एक एसोसिएशन था, उनका जो एक पूरा ग्रुप था, सो ऐसे करके आई हैव बीन एसोसिएटेड विद मेनी पीपल, मेनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस इन बैंगलोर, इवन द एग्रीकल्चरल यूनिवर्सिटीज, Mysore यूनिवर्सिटी, देन पोल्यूशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड एंड मेनी सच एनजीओज जिनको हम ये बता रहे हैं कि आप अग्निहोत्र और अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग को किस तरीके से आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं। एंड देयर आर रिजल्ट्स वेयर पीपल हैव लेफ्ट देयर जॉब्स एंड दे हैव गॉट इनटू दिस। एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, when speaking to these people, there's a district in Chamarajnagar in Karnataka. Usme these people, apart from Agnihotra ash, they are also using Amrit Pani, Panchagavya, Chach, and 2-3 things more. These are major things. Jo wo Agnihotra ash
cow urine, cow dung, cow urine.
No.
5 Panchagavya.
Yes.
There is a process. You can check on net. किसी को अगर interest हो तो. Here I would like to add some things. If every one of us here we eat things ना, तो ये बहुत important है कि we need to learn how righteous things are done. अभी ये इतना मतलब it's not very difficult thing to do. जो ये अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग बता रहे हैं, पर people are not doing it because demand नहीं है. We need to create such demand and make farmers ready for such things.
Yes. And moreover, अब अगर मैं आपको अपने results बताऊं, see 500 people I have interviewed, I have talked to them, I have known about their problems, their worries, what they're expecting from government, organic farming में और क्या होना चाहिए, क्या नहीं होना चाहिए. So I have an insight on what these people want. There are n number of problems of MSP, there are problem of certification, there are problem of debts, loans, interest that they have to pay, and n number of other problems farmers are facing. अब अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग करने से उनकी लाइफ में क्या परिवर्तन आया? Okay, so जो लोग who were highly into debt, now they are king and queens of their own. उनके पास जहाँ पे नॉर्मल खाने को अगर पैसा नहीं था, so when they were into tears, they have now happy tears now, because अब उनके पास जो ingredients है, जो equipments लगता है to make sure farming is happening, they have everything. Right. So Agnihotra farming will definitely see, my part was more of economic aspect of Agnihotra and Agnihotra farming, how we can strengthen Agnihotra farmers and how we can contribute it back into the society and back into the economy. Apart from that, जो general public है, people like you and me, हमारे लिए क्या फायदा है? हमारे लिए ये फायदा है कि जब अग्निहोत्र फार्म का या फिर हम अग्निहोत्र के इफेक्ट का फूड या फ्रूट खाते हैं, तो इट्स गोइंग टू बी लाइक it is going to do wonders on our body. I have seen people who do not eat chemical laden fruits and I have seen their health, guys. It's far more better than what we are doing and what we are eating. And उन लोग का आप हेल्थ देखिए, उनका एक्टिवनेस देखिए, उनको कोई बीमारी नहीं है. At 50 years of their age, they don't have any disease. Yeah. And they are so active and they are so joyful and they want to help the nation, and there is nothing chemical in their life. It's all natural. They won't even eat wheat. वो लोग तो गेहूं भी नहीं खाते हैं. They would only eat millets because that's our ancestors have given us. Millet, jawar, bajra. Okay. Now wheat has come when Britishers actually came into our country. जब Britishers को जरूरत पड़ी कि हमारे यहाँ production होना चाहिए ताकि should be again exported to European countries, तब से हमारे वीट का प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा स्टार्ट हुआ. अदरवाइज इट वाज और मिलेट्स इन आवर कंट्री. तो ये लोगों का हेल्थ आप देखेंगे, सो यू वुड नो द डिफरेंस बिटवीन अस एंड डिफरेंस बिटवीन देम. Right? And all sorts of crops which are cultivated, there is no restriction on crops कि हम ये crop नहीं उगा सकते या वो crop नहीं उगा सकते. All sorts of crops can be facilitated and can be taken forth when Agnihotra farming is done. And Agnihotra farming के साथ साथ what is required is Agnihotra Mahamrityunjay Yagya also you can perform. Agnihotra to is important sunset and sunrise at their fields, but every 15 days when Purnima and Amavasya comes, at that time also what we can do is Mahamrityunjay Yagya should also be performed. This is also given in Agnihotra Krishi, which is again written by Jayant Poddar, जिसमें उन्होंने बहुत सारे experiments जो हुए हैं उसके बारे में बात किया है. तो वो particular thing भी it impacts, और उसमें आपको बहुत सारे farmers के experiments और बहुत सारे farmers के experiences मिलेंगे, and how they have done
session for this also, Priyanka. We can have a that's what मतलब हम we can plan next session for, because till now we haven't covered this topic. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
very
sure.
amazing thing for urban people also. Only farmers are not. We people can also, like, as we also do personally on every Monday we do Triambakam Homa.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay.
Mhm.
So now, when we talk of Agnihotra, performance of Agnihotra, apart from this, see, it offers a lot of nutrition to plants, to livestock, to soil and the water resources. Because क्या होता है? See, when we are performing Agnihotra, whatever is taken by the atmosphere, वो जो हम धुआं जाता है and जो gases निकलती हैं, it is actually it's going to the atmosphere only. Again, through atmospheric pressure and through other activities, it's coming back into the land, into the water, into the sea, into the livestock, right, into the fields. So when it's actually a holistic procedure, it's a circular procedure. आप एकदम अग्निहोत्र करते हैं and it is coming back to the land only, right, through rainfalls and through all the atmospheric pressure. So as I was telling, release of 4 gases in the atmosphere are formaldehyde, ethylene oxide, beta propyolactone and propylene oxide. ये 4 gases निकलती हैं. आप just imagine when these 4 gases are coming out from a patra, you are inhaling it, and at the same time, with the help of Agnihotra ash, it is mixed into the food that you are eating. Then it's a win-win situation for everyone. राइट. सो अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग का जो एक्सपीरियंस है वो ये है कि गाइस जब मैंने इकोनॉमिकली कितना वाइबल है, व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड टू सी इट, आई कुड अंडरस्टैंड द मीन वैल्यू, जो हम एक वैल्यू लेते हैं अग्निहोत्र फार्मर्स का. व्हेन वी एक्चुअली जज द डेमोग्राफी एज वेल, तो हमने ये देखा कि जब अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग जिन ने किया है, उनका प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी as compared to conventional farmer were far more higher. मतलब जो हम मुझको difference मिला है वो 3.2 था in Agnihotra farming and 1.9 था in conventional farming. At the same time, when we insisted and understood about the financial modeling that we apply over here, तो मैंने अपना खुद का एक financial model बनाया अग्निहोत्र farmers के लिए कि अगर आप अग्निहोत्र farming करोगे farmers, तो आपको इस तरीके से जो है you can earn profits, okay, in which government intervention and policies are of utmost importance, right? So for Agnihotra farmers, it has come into view that कि जिस तरीके से आप 0 to 3 years you have to lie low. You don't have to be, very enthusiastic about it. After 3 years, since all the commodities are available at your doorstep in your own home, then your cost, which is attached to it, which always be, proportional, which will actually it will be lower than the, it will be always be lower, और आपका output हमेशा ज़्यादा रहेगा. तो अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग करने से environment को भी लाभ है, surroundings को भी लाभ है, हमारे कृषकों को, हमारे farmers को भी लाभ है. All you need to understand is how exactly it has to be done. For that, you need proper support, guidance, training, and development. Right. Uske liye we have another team which will help you to understand how Agnihotra farming is performed. Since my topic has been related to how Agnihotra is feasible and viable for the farmers, there will be another set of people. I think Namrata, we can have a session with them anytime, and they can tell the farmers what you can tell. Actually, that would be really great. Right.
Yes, yes, we can have. And here
madam,
I would.
प्रियंका जी, मैं अग्निहोत्र और ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग करता हूँ गुजरात से, शैलेश पटेल.
यस सर.
लास्ट 1 ईयर से चालू किया है मैंने.
So nice. आप शेयर करिए अपना एक्सपीरियंस, कैसा रहा आपका? कुछ आपकी क्वेरी है तो यू कैन आस्क प्रियंका जी.
नहीं, बहुत बढ़िया रहता है. इसमें गंध चिकित्सा जो करते हैं अग्निहोत्र पात्र में, हम गाय के कंडे और घी वगैरह डाल के, इसमें हिंग, हल्दी और गूगल डाल के जो उसका गंध चिकित्सा करते हैं, इससे फंगस में बहुत फायदा रहता है.
yes.
मेरे अनार का फार्म है, अनार के फार्म में फंगस बिल्कुल नहीं आती इसकी वजह से.
Great sir. So actually sir, हमें अग्निहोत्र ऐश में if we want to include anything else,
ड्रिप में प्रियंका जी वो भी मैं चलाता हूँ. अग्निहोत्र ऐश का भी बहुत मेडिकल फायदा रहता है.
Priyanka ji, what he's trying to tell is another form of thing that is added along with organic or Agnihotra या home farming is. So morning, evening में ना they do fumigation kind of thing in the farms.
Yes, got it. Yes. So, apart from that,
रेगुलर अग्निहोत्र घर पे ही होता है, फार्म पे हफ्ते में 1 बार ही होता है.
Okay, great sir. That is really good news. That is really good to listen actually.
And Priyanka, just sharing, I am also like trainer of.
I have also Gir Gaushala, ma'am. I am making.
Great.
Jivamrut.
You are from which city?
From Sidhpur, Patan district, Gujarat.
Good.
Village. मेरा छोटा सा village है.
You have my number. Please ping me. I'll save your number. है ना? We need such role models, na?
Yeah, madam. Yes. Yes.
Definitely. And to add in this, see, if you want more assistance, अगर आपको assistance और चाहिए तो हमारा जो अग्निहोत्र का ये है NGO माधव आश्रम जो है जहाँ से all over the world प्रचार प्रसार होता है, वहाँ पे भी जो डॉक्टर विवेक पोद्दार है, he is also doing अग्निहोत्र farming at his farm. जो उनका 2 acres का land है, उस पे भी varied products और varied fruits and vegetables वहाँ पे घर पे भी उगाए जाते हैं और farm पे भी उगाए जाते हैं. तो any kind of training and development is facilitated with them also. और वहां से ही actually हमारे data collection का शुरुआत हुआ. To be very honest, because we are associated with this from a long time. तो हमारे सारी जो चीजें हैं, it starts from माधव आश्रम only. माधव आश्रम में from a long period of time अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग की जा रही है, उसका ट्रेनिंग दिया जा रहा है टू फार्मर्स, उनको सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोग्राम्स भी है और उनको बताया जा रहा है कि इस तरीके से फार्मिंग करना है. और जो रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल्स हैं, जो मॉडल्स हैं, वो उनको बताए जा रहे हैं कि फार्मर्स के थ्रू कि इस एरिया में एक बेरसिया क्षेत्र है, मुगालिया हाट क्षेत्र है, नियर भोपाल खुद, बैरागढ़, ये सब जगहों पे किस तरीके से फार्मिंग हुआ है. बेरसिया भी है, जैसे बरखेड़ी है, इन सब जगहों पे भी जाके मैंने डेटा कलेक्ट किया है 3-4 गांव में. और आप अगर चाहिए तो आप उनका नंबर मैं आपको शेयर कर दूंगी. डॉक्टर विवेक पोद्दार है, ही इज एक्चुअली Yes, and so all our data has been collected majorly from Madhya Pradesh. 145 samples I had from Madhya Pradesh, around 149 samples I had from Maharashtra, and 115 samples I had from Karnataka. तो मध्य प्रदेश में इसका बहुत काम हुआ है with the able hands of Madhav Ashram. तो वहां से भी मैं आपको नंबर शेयर कर सकती हूँ. You can always take their help. Apart from other people, see when it comes to a big thesis, जब आप एक 2500 वर्ड का thesis लिखते हैं and जिसमें 250 pages होते हैं, you need reference of many people. And more when I have spoken to people, I realized that Agnihotra farming इतना ज़्यादा prevalent है और लोग उसका इतना फायदा उठा रहे हैं. जो 2 एकड़ से लेकर 200 एकड़ का जिसका फार्म है, वो भी Agnihotra farming कर रहा है, and they are highly benefited out of it. Why not you? And why not we? Why not start with our own home and make sure Agnihotra is performed every day, sunset and sunrise at our home for our benefit, for purification of atmosphere. And Agnihotra farming आप side by side करिए ना. Motivate farmers also to do it, to transform themselves and their lands from being from a chemical laden zone to a chemical free zone. Why not? And government is doing all their help. Organic certification is available, right? So you are doing a great job, sir. Very it's really good to see that. Yeah.
Today
गवर्नमेंट अब वो दिशा में चलने का प्रयास कर रही है और फार्मर्स भी अब बहुत तेजी से उस तरफ जा रहे हैं मैम.
Yes. अब आप सिक्किम का एग्जांपल ले लीजिए. सिक्किम इज ऑल टोटली
अभी एक नेचुरल फार्मिंग का एक बिग कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ है 4 महीने पहले.
हाँ वो आ रहा है ना मई महीने में, दिल्ली में है. अगले साल इंदौर में था.
हाँ, इस अगले साल दिल्ली में, अभी इस साल दिल्ली में.
अभी दिल्ली में है, मई में है, 26, 27, 28 को.
Yes.
We have now COP जो है.
I will try to reach there.
And most important thing, Priyanka, here is like we need to save our soil also. अभी जैसे हम अग्निहोत्र farming से detox होता है soil, no other thing can detox is as fast as Agnihotra can do. है ना? और 6 महीने में, as you are sharing 3 years, I have seen people 6 महीने में उनकी soil की quality और जो कहते हैं testing में भी काफी फर्क है. Like we can clean the previous poisons within 6 months. This is only possible with cow dung. Nothing else can clean it.
Yes, no, cow dung is a savior. It's actually a savior actually.
Yes.
जीवामृत और अग्निहोत्र ऐसे 100% 6 महीने में डिटॉक्स हो ही जाती है लैंड.
Yes, definitely.
And another financial factor that we can add to this is the people who are suffering from cancer and such diseases, they have big impact on their lives, है ना? Just because of such.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. So we are open to questions and we are open to any suggestions.
Dr. Priyanka, I am doing this Agnihotra since last 6 months in my farm in Haryana.
Oh, great.
So I'm getting very good results. We are using it as a foliar sprays and also while applying soil also. And there's a lot of improvement in the crop vigor and the foliage, and the crop stand has improved a lot. So you have done this thesis on this subject. I want I can get the reports and all these things which you have collected.
the reports we cannot share with you. Maybe a few papers we can share because it is again it's under university copyright. So I cannot share the thesis. It's an original work. So what we can do, I will show you other papers if there are for financial investments done and financial analysis done through Agnihotra farming, through organic farming.
Okay. Because it's a mouth-to-mouth advertisement of this great process. So I want if something kind of reports are there, so it's very easy to convince other persons and on the fact ground, na?
Priyanka, I think we can share many such researches, not the financial part, the other things like growth of plant and the stuff like that.
That's what I am saying. Recently, I have organized a session on this natural farming with the government of Haryana, in which all the good progressive farmers which are engaged in natural farming, they were invited, and it was an international conference. Few scientists from University of Texas were also there. But these practices that had not been widely known until now, no? So these needs to be advocated. These needs to be promoted. So we want some logical background, no? So we could present it on the facts and figures, so that it should be presentable and it should be logical. To we trust it, we are doing it. But when we are talking with logic and all these things, it really makes an impression. So for that purpose, just I was asking you for that.
That's definitely fine. Not an issue about it. What we can do is I can share you some of the research papers that I have made regarding this, and other research papers who have been done by my colleagues and our co-volunteers at Madhav Ashram. And there is one scientist we had, Dr. Ramashram Mishra, who has done enormous work in this field. I can take his papers and definitely share mine and his, because I'm just layman away. मैं तो जब अभी start ही की हूँ. So, but there are people who have done quite a work in this field. So
that's very nice. Namrata ji, I want the list of the farmers also from you. Namrata ji, are you listening?
Yes. I'm listening. In Delhi, we have trained around 150 farmers because before this COVID time. In that, we teach them Agnihotra also.
Sure.
And I think Dr. Priyanka, you can help us more. We can arrange a course and we can have a session with Madhav Ashram, hai na?
Yes, ma'am. We can always connect. We can always have a session organized at Madhav Ashram, or online also. I can invite people from Ashram, Dr. Vivek Poddar, and maybe our Honorable Nalini ji, to shed more light on it, because I can talk you about theoretical aspect as well as financial aspect of Agnihotra farming and scientific aspect as well, right? If we have one more session only dedicated towards Agnihotra farming, I would be more help. I will be of more help, and these people can come in. And जैसे हमारे जो फार्मर्स है जो अग्निहोत्र फार्मिंग करते हैं, वो आपको प्रैक्टिकली चीजें बता पाएंगे कि आई एम गेटिंग दिस प्रॉब्लम, आई एम गेटिंग दिस प्रॉब्लम, आई एम गेटिंग दिस प्रॉब्लम. वो आपको उसी टाइम दे कैन हेल्प यू आउट. एंड I'll also speak to Nalini ji if we can have a session only for farmers in Madhav Ashram, and I'll be there to moderate the session and to help out, and we can make sure that people all over the country, interested ones, can come live and just attend 1 or 2 day session, and we can have a discussion over it later.
Yes. We can have, and we can to start with, we can have small sessions online, so that we'll fix one date, maybe a combined date for people, and till that time we can connect with people. है ना आशीष जी, और जो भी यहाँ पे farmers या farmer community से link रखते हैं, now your responsibility to take people.
No, I'm very much comfortable, ma'am, while organizing such kind of programs. Just I really want this thing should be advocated, because
Priyanka, can we fix another session on economic aspect of this?
We can.
So Ashish ji, we can always we can plan for future session specifically for farmers, so that we can convince them how beneficial it is and how we can
actually, ma'am, on the 22nd of April, we had I told you, we had a session on natural farming from it was an international seminar.
So
the vice chancellors of many
March
22. March 22. So many of the vice chancellors of the few universities were also there. When we started talking, these people, they always want the fact sheets, they want the research papers. So it's very easy for them. They don't go beyond all these things. Now they are very much into the practical things. So that's why I was asking Dr. Priyanka ki we should get all these papers, and we should be well prepared, and we should be having all the reports, all the proofs, so that we can satisfy their logical minds. You better know, ma'am.
I know it better, sir. How I have defended my PhD viva, I only know. 3 hours I was standing in front of them and telling them, no, Agnihotra se aise hota hai. We have these papers. See, everything you need to tell them a logic. Right. So for every word they used to utter, I used to have a research paper against it. Right. 135 research papers on tip of my tongue. So I know how hard it is to convince them, because they believe in logics. Right. So if I say, sir, 0 to 3 years after this, your Agnihotra farming is going to help farmers in this way. What is the research paper against it? What is the logic against it? Right.
Yeah.
So everything should be proven, and it should be like a document should be there in our hands, for which I would help you out, sir. If not my paper, some other papers are also there online. I have around 13 papers on this, but apart from that also, and a thesis. So I think it should be helpful. And apart from that, there are other papers as well. So
Shishti, here I would like to add one thing. We need to work on grassroots levels, because जो ये documentation और ये सब है ना, ये जिन लोगों को चाहिए उनको actually इससे कुछ लेना देना नहीं है.
I am very much satisfied. I am very much convinced what are you talking about, ma'am. But when these things are done at the universities level, by the government level, na, government is a big platform. When we convince these people, na, it's very easy to promote this. This is certified. This proves to be certified thing, and this is no more a, you can say, a kind of misbelief. Na? It is a certified and is a proven technique. More farmers will get attracted to this thing. Otherwise, though, we'll keep on advocating. Farmers mostly believe on the fellow farmers, not on the scientist. But moreover, if we have some papers, then why should not we utilize this? No? That's my comment. Moreover, I would like to have Dr. Priyanka's number. Ma'am, will you please introduce me? You are into the farming, or what are you doing, Dr. Priyanka?
Sir, actually, I am not into farming. We do it like at our home, but I am a professor in college for ISBR B school. I teach accounts and finance for MBA students.
Okay. Yeah. Namrata ji, please provide the ma'am number also in that. No?
Priyanka, you can contact me. Priyanka ji, if you are comfortable, you can share your number.
I'll definitely share with you. No problem.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. So nice talking to you. You please, whenever you are comfortable, you can plan. We can have a seminar for the farmer.
मुझे ping करिएगा if you have my number. आपके पास मेरा number है?
नहीं, yeah, I have your number.
ठीक है, आप मुझे एक बार ping करिएगा, I'll have your number and we will be in touch, है ना? ठीक है, कुछ करते हैं farmers के लिए.
बिल्कुल, ma'am, I am always with you.
Yes.
Namrata, I would just like to add one or two things here. One is, sorry, I am not able to switch on my video right now, but two things. Like one, we should have another session or Agnihotra farming. Say next week or whenever Dr. Priyanka, and she can arrange other people also, so that we can have it. And I would request Ashish ji to have, let's plan one more session. He should gather more people along.
Sure, ma'am.
Whoever are connected with you, so that we can have it practically. Not just this kind of a thing. We should have it practically. Where are you in Haryana, so that we can, plan one session a week's time or 2 days time, whatever.
I'm in Sirsa, ma'am. Sirsa, district Sirsa.
Fine. You just collect some farmers with you.
Chef, definitely.
We'll like to do something with them.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
So we would request Dr. Priyanka to confirm if next would be comfortable whenever is comfortable.
Ma'am, I would give you my availability because next week I would be traveling from Bhopal. We have an annual meeting in Bhopal on 2nd of April, for which I'm going. So I won't be available on 3rd. So maybe some other Saturday or Sundays we can manage it, because Sundays.
Yes, definitely. We'll get in touch with you for another session, especially for farmers.
Yes.
And Priyanka, it was such an amazing session.
Amazing.
अभी भी लग रहा है कि 1 घंटा हो भी गया.
Seriously, ma'am, I was also thinking because I need to add something here कि जो हमारे Chief Justice थे of Supreme Court, he has quoted some on November 16th, which actually stuck on my brain, stating that I am a farmer and I'm such a poor farmer that I do not have resources to even burn my stubble. मतलब मेरे farm से जो निकलता है after cutting my production, cultivation, I don't even have money to actually burn it. मतलब वो burn होता है तो दिल्ली में pollution बढ़ जाता है, हरियाणा में, दिल्ली में, और पूरा NCR, Northern Central region is getting affected by that. So such a difficult situation for farmers कि वो इतने poor है कि वो अपना production भी चला नहीं सकते. So imagine वो किस तरीके से how are they going to take care of their stubble? Okay, so there is one thing, and moreover what we have seen is, if you see the range and if you see the chart, we know that yesterday I was reading Narayan Murthy, the CEO Infosys का जो CEO है, he is telling there is a need for more scientific approach towards organic farming, more scientific versions and research on organic farming. Apart from that, we know Narendra Modi in a 75th Independence Day speech, he had more into organic farming. That means government is giving their inputs over there, we have their support. अगर we on our some scratch basis अगर हम start करेंगे तो Agnihotra farming will actually go to many people, बहुत गांव जाएगा, which I have tried to do with my thesis. I have tried to reach out to many people.
Actually,
and
Priyanka, now situation is very different. I also started 5 years ago. This time or uptime, there is a difference, है ना? People are ready to listen and things are going on. Next session we'll keep for farmers.
Are you able to listen to my voice?
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
I'm from University of Agriculture Sciences. I'm very pleased. Please visit Dr. Priyanka, and those who are interested, do come to our university. It's at GKVK in Bangalore itself. See what we are doing. So we don't do any Agnihotra farming. So anyway, I'm very pleased, but surely maybe let's see what we can do and what we can bring a change to our farmers. So maybe you can contact me. I'm from the Department of Forestry and Environmental Science.
Great, ma'am. Great. I would require your assistance, ma'am, to make sure Agnihotra reaches everywhere. Yeah.
Ma'am, if you can share your number or you have my number, please do contact. है ना? एक बार be in touch. है ना? Priyanka is also in Bangalore. है ना?
Yeah, we work on biochar. At the moment, we are on a government project. We work on biochar, and we are working of North India. Rice stubble. Yeah.
I think working in North India.
Oh, that's really nice. So please do get in touch with us. We'll be interested. Okay. Thank you. All the best.
Rinko, please message me your number. Right?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I would.
Thank you. Thank you.
अगर आप सभी लोगों की अनुमति है तो मैं अपनी बात 2 मिनट में करना चाहता हूँ.
हाँ जी बताइए.
मेरा नाम रमेश पंड्या है. मैं दिल्ली के बाजू में इंदिरापुरम है, गाजियाबाद में रहता हूँ और पर्यावरण, एनवायरमेंट और देशी गोवंश को बचाने के लिए प्रयत्न करता हूँ. जो प्रियंका मैम ने आज एफर्ट लगाया है और अग्निहोत्र करने के लिए बताया, ये बहुत ही अच्छा मुझे लगा. और यही एक तरीका है कि जब तक हम प्रकृति की शरणागति स्वीकारेंगे नहीं, तब तक ये मानव जाति बच नहीं सकती. जिस किसानों की आप बात कर रहे हैं, उस किसान का जो पार्टनर होता है वो 80% पार्टनरशिप भगवान की होती है. भगवान का मतलब होता है भ से भूमि, ग से गगन, व से वायु, अ से अग्नि, न से नीर. यही पंच तत्व ही भगवान है. और जब तक ये भगवान उनका पार्टनर है किसानों का, और भगवान का सहज सरल माध्यम है उससे कनेक्ट होने का, और वो है अग्निहोत्र. यदि अगर आपको भगवान की कनेक्टिविटी चाहिए, यानी कि पर्यावरण, भ से भूमि, ग से गगन, व से वायु, अ से अग्नि, न से नीर, यही पंच तत्व को सुधारने का एकमात्र माध्यम है, और वो है अग्निहोत्र. अग्निहोत्र की जो भस्म होती है, उस भस्म के अंदर में 48% ऑक्सीजन होता है. इसके अलावा अगर इसी काऊ डंग के अंदर में जो बुल यानी कि नंदी का होता है, उसमें 78% ऑक्सीजन होता है आफ्टर बर्न. तो जो किसानों की आप बात कर रहे हैं, जो हमारे हरियाणा के भाई साहब जो किसानी की बात कर रहे हैं, ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग की बात कर रहे हैं. ऑर्गेनिक शब्द का मेरा इतना क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं है कि मैं उसकी ज्यादा डेफिनेशन बता पाऊं, मगर मैं जो सहज और सरल शब्दों के अंदर में कहना चाहता हूं वो ये है कि जैविक फार्मिंग, जैविक यानी कि जीव जंतुओं के साथ में ये जो फार्मिंग है, जिसको मतलब फॉरेन वाले ऑर्गेनिक कहते हैं, हम इसको भारतीय परंपरा से जो वैदिक पद्धति की कृषि की बात कर रहे हैं, जो अग्निहोत्र के माध्यम से संभव है। और हमने जो एक देसी गौ माता के काउडंग और अग्निहोत्र, ये सभी चीजों का एक मिला जुला एक पद्धति डेवलप किया हुआ है, और जिसके हमने काफी अच्छे रिजल्ट्स हमें मिले हुए हैं। और वो ये है कि फर्स्ट क्रॉप से, जैसे किसान को किसी को हम ऑर्गेनिक कहने की बात करेंगे तो तुरंत ही कहेगा पहले 2-3 साल तक में उसका जो प्रोडक्शन है वो डाउन हो जाएगा, और वो उसी के मारे वो कर नहीं पाता है। माननीय मोदी जी भी कहते हैं कि भाई जैविक ही है। हमारे देश के अंदर में प्रतिवर्ष करीबन 8 लाख करोड़ का मतलब ये पेस्टिसाइड, सेक्टिसाइड, विडिसाइड वगैरह सब यूज होता है। सिर्फ और सिर्फ हम अग्निहोत्र और सिर्फ जल शुद्धि, अग्निहोत्र के माध्यम से जल शुद्धि और उसी जल के द्वारा ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, सिर्फ इतना ये कर ले तो हमारे किसानों की पैदावार फर्स्ट क्रॉप से मैं बता रहा हूँ, फर्स्ट क्रॉप से कम से कम बोले तो डबल हो जाएगी। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, Ramesh ji. Thank you so much, Priyanka. It was so nice. We will be regularly meeting. Okay?
Yeah, sure. My pleasure.
Everyone, है ना? Because the passion I've seen in you, na, सच में यार, amazing.
No, ma'am, pleasure is all mine.
And everyone is
thank you.
saying thank you
हाँ.
on messages ना, बहुत सारे message आए हैं अभी हमारे पास.
Yeah, that's what I am checking, if we can help out someone over here if they have any doubt. Yeah, my number I'll just share on the WhatsApp on this chat. So guys, you can get in touch with me as and when there is a need. Wherever is required, I'll just align you to that particular resource and make sure that your work is done. If I am helpful for you, I'll make sure that I'll help out you in this. If I am not helpful, okay. So if I'm not helpful, someone else will definitely make sure. I'll definitely make sure that someone is reaching out to you and making your doubts clear. So it was a wonderful session. Thank you, Namrata and Pooja, for joining me over here. It was a hectic day today. Even I was juggling with time how to manage stuff, but I could just take out time in the evening finally. Even I was worried how am I going to manage with all the college work and.
But honestly saying, you have super energy and like lag nahi raha tha aap sara din jitne busy rahe hoge.
It's all because it's attributed to one great energy that we all are associated with Madhav Ashram and Agnihotra. So whatever we are able to deliver today, it's only because of their guidance and their support. That's all.
Yes. And thank you
Thank
so
you very
much,
ma'am.
So
thank
nice.
you everyone for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am.
Yeah. So we can end the session now, ma'am?
Yes, I'm like stopping the recording, then we'll be.
Thank you very